DC today.
We're gonna talk about games that we like and you should
That's all I'm
play.
gonna say. It's good to talk to my friend today. Let's get started. You jerk. Hello. Welcome to episode 265 of the Super Weapon Podcast, most overpowered podcast on the internet. It's your boy, Darius the Artist, and as always, I got my co-host DC here with me today.
Yes, it is your favorite co-host in the world, DC, aka the defender of dry bread, never to be wet. And we are here after taking a little hiatus because some important family biz, but we
Yes.
are back. And we miss you guys, man. We do. I love being here. But sometimes life calls and you have to, what do you got to do? Call it audible. You know what I'm saying? Got to call a little audible. And you guys are so understanding and cool. And we love you for that. But we're back. And I'm actually excited about this episode because I'm excited for what I saw the other day. We got a lot of games coming, man. A lot of good looking games. What do you
Yes,
think, my man?
indeed.
What do you think? How do you feel about what we got coming down the pipeline? The gaming world's been good to us, even though it hasn't been good to its employees.
Yeah,
That's
like
another
DC mentioned, man. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, had a little bit of a not a little family emergency. It was actually a major one last week. Still kind of going through things. And when I can share more, I will. But I promise you guys, it'll be good news in the long run. But happy to be back, man. Definitely an interesting week of news. I would say last week was probably a little bit slower on the spectrum of gaming news, but I guess it is kind of good that we took off because we had a little bit of Sony news, a little bit of Xbox news we're going to talk about. I figured the first thing we can kind of go ahead and knock out is this PlayStation 5, or just not even just PlayStation 5, the Sony price increase for the PS5, the PS5 Pro, and the Portal, which is going to go live as of April 2nd. So you guys still have about a week to purchase. I'm not sure if there's many people looking to still buy like the base model PS5s. But yeah, the price is going up. So the PS5 is going to be $649. The PS5 digital edition is $599. And the PS5 Pro, man, is a whopping $899. Which is just, that is absolutely ridiculous, man. I was actually thinking about buying one. We were talking a little bit before the pod. Like, I was actually thinking about purchasing a PS5 Pro sometime this year. Before it went up $100, because I believe it was $799, or it is currently, and it won't be. But this is just really surprising, man. And of course, their statement came out and they just basically were saying, economic trends, and we've kind of been hearing this for a while here, man. And I guess, like, are you surprised that we are getting another PlayStation 5 price increase? We've had two already from Xbox. And so, I mean, and one from Sony, I believe, before, and this is just another one. Here we go, another late generation price increase at this point.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. It could be because of all the things that are happening in the world, or it could be bullshit, or it could be a little mix of both, and it could be a mix of maybe these greedy executives are taking advantage of what's going on in the world, because sometimes I feel like that is being used as an excuse for a lot of price gouging. And not, when I say that, I'm not just talking about in the world of gaming, but just across the world as a whole, like with groceries, gas, and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these companies are using that as an excuse to, maybe they do need to increase prices on things, but also they may be increasing it a little bit higher than needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just something to, just to make you guys think, because I could be off. I could be off here, or I could be spot on. But dude, No. No, Sony. Now's not the time. I think with the price increase is gonna. I just feel like it's gonna alienate people right now because people are in the midst of saving, in the midst of cutting back.
Yeah.
They're in the midst of spending what's needed, and I don't just see people run into the shelves because honestly, it's like it's been a real quiet year. Well, last year and what pretty much whatever's happened this year has been a real kind of quiet situation for PlayStation. And
Yeah.
so for them to increase the price for a PlayStation Pro, if it's needed, if they could avoid it or whatever the case may be, I think they should have held off on that as much as they can. Maybe I'm not doing the science. Maybe it's something that I don't know that they're not showing me, but I need them to really explain this. Like I would love to hear instead of just giving this broadband answer, oh, well, economical downturn and blah blah blah. Explain to me exactly why this thing is damn near close to $1,000.
Yeah.
Like if you break it down, be like, hey, look, okay, these are our numbers for the chips that we need, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be an easier pill for not just me, but everyone who loves PlayStation. Like, I know some hardcore PlayStation people who are like, what? I'm not paying that. I might as well wait for a PS6. Everyone's sentiment is like, hey, if we're going to spend that money, we might as well wait for the PS6. So I don't know how you feel about that, considering that you wanted one. Um, I might actually sell my PlayStation or give it away. I keep toying around with that idea because I'm
Mm.
really not using it that much. But yeah, man, I think right now, and let's just say um, if they do need to increase the price, it's just a tough position for Sony as well. If they legitimately need to price this thing higher, and in this economy with people really, really not spending money like that,
Yeah.
it's crazy because you know what that's going to lead to? Layoffs. If
Yeah.
that thing don't start selling and they really need it to bump that price up.
They gosh, man, there was another, it's funny you mentioned that. There was another studio that closed this past week, I think. Not to cut you off. You can keep I just it just hit me in the back of my head that there was another studio shut down. I'm pretty sure a few days ago. Yeah, Dark Outlaw Games. He was the former studio
Easy.
from the former Call of Duty director. Yeah, they shut it down. The studio wasn't even around for a full year. Uh, oh, sorry, I was just looking at chat, man. Yeah, $900 is such a steal. And I want to say this. I agree with you, man. It's strange to me that here we are 6 years in to this generation, and we're still seeing these types of price increases. And for all the hype the PlayStation 5 has gotten, I agree with you. I think their first party lineup has been pretty weak and absent, for the last few years. There hasn't really been in my opinion, this is just my opinion, there hasn't been a real showstopper. I need to buy this game to play this PlayStation. I need to buy this PlayStation to play this game. First party title from them this generation. I think they've made a lot of safe choices. They've made a lot of close to the vest bets that haven't panned out. Like I mentioned, just they've closed 2 studios in the last week, and I'll go ahead and tell you now that definitely changed my mind about buying one. I don't want a PS5 Pro anymore. And honestly,
Yeah, because you were on that side of
yeah.
okay, maybe if the price drop, then I'll get one.
Yeah, and
But
like I mentioned, the reason I wanted one is because of the new advancements they're making with PSSR 2. With the
mhm.
rendering tech that PlayStation uses, which is it's actually very cool technology. And I was like, okay, maybe it'll be worth the price. $700 was like my max. That was it for me. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna spend more than this at all. And this was gonna take me a while. I wasn't just gonna go to the store and buy one today or anything. You know what I mean? Like I was probably like by my birthday, I was thinking I was gonna purchase one.
Yeah, you're like me. Like I legitimately just like put money. I'm really
Yeah,
good at saving for what I want. And I think that's why I'm such a patient gamer. I don't need games
yeah,
when they drop, you know what I'm saying?
I
I could
agree.
just kind of like budget for things and then get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And it's just
like people
like,
said, I'm on that train. If I'm gonna spend that type of money, I might as well put that shit aside and just wait for the
yeah.
PS6.
And honestly, I was gonna say that too. You know, that tells me two things. At least these are things that I'm inferring from their decision to raise the price now. Is that we're not going to see the PS6 anytime soon. It's my first thought. You know, maybe that 2028 rumor is starting to hold a little bit more weight. You know, maybe they are sure that they're not rushing to get a PlayStation 6 out of the, get to next generation because despite the prices, PlayStation 5s are still selling relatively well. I think I looked up Circana, they're sitting at like 84 million PS5s, I think at
Hmm.
this point, which is pretty good. Um, and it also tells me, oh gosh, what was my second point? I hung on that one too long. Oh my gosh. That tells me too. I think this is just my personal opinion. I think Sony would be foolish to remove their games from PC at this point. You know, there are rumors of them potentially making like their own storefront for PC games. You know, maybe that's their way to get around the day one loop. You know, keep people in their ecosystem. But if I'm Sony and I'm raising the price of this and I'm looking to supplement the costs that I'm losing on the hardware side, like if I'm losing, let's say Sony's losing like $150, they want to
Hmm.
sell software to offset that. And why would they pull it? Why would they pull their software from, even if it's a small amount of money, right? Like we talked about that too, how the PlayStation exclusive titles didn't sell super well, from what they wanted on PC, but maybe if they start doing the day one thing, they'll make those numbers up. But this is just, I think if you haven't gotten into next gen gaming at this point, it's hard to recommend it to people, man. Like it's, all the parents or our homie New Era, me and him were texting about this yesterday, just laughing. It's like imagine being a kid now asking your family for
$1,000
a
system.
700 $800 console, like being like what we were kids, we had to ask, and there money
And
wasn't
then we still
like,
had to wait till Christmas.
you still had to wait. Exactly. My
I
mom would.
remember asking my mom for a Nintendo, boy. I ain't see that thing till Christmas, and
Yeah,
I asked for that thing in February.
yeah. And I agree with BZ. Just like you said, removing PC games and the price increase on the consoles nail in the coffin. I'm gonna be honest with you, BZ. I don't think they're moving their games from PC. I looked all over for a
There's
actual
no
statement.
legitimate source for that.
There's no actual statement from Sony that that's what they're doing. I don't think, and I think people are overestimating how much Sony actually cares if their games are on Steam and that people could play them on Xbox. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Sony gives a fuck. I don't think they
Because
care.
people still, the thing is, people still
They don't
have to
care.
buy the game.
People
That's
have
the
to A,
thing.
buy the game, and B, they have to buy an Xbox to play the game on, which people aren't doing right now. Like we've already talked about how
Right. And then
hard.
they just came out with a controller
Yeah,
dedicated to the
I don't.
PC.
I think people took that rumor and they were running with it on the internet, and all
The
the all
internet.
the all the bigger content creators took it and they ran with it. And I don't think that's a decision that they're either going to make anytime soon, or it'll be something like I said, they make their own storefront, their digital storefront, where you can buy PC games day one, and they don't have to pay Steam revenue. That's just a guess. That's a guess on my part. I think it makes sense.
Let me tell you something.
You know, I think it makes a ton of sense. If I'm Sony, I would do that 1,000, especially if we're moving into this era of these set top box PC console hybrids. Why would they not want that? I don't know. Company makes money. They want to make as much money as possible. That's just how my brain went with it. Like I don't think it'll be a great idea, but
They
I
have to
can
do
I
something
can see them
like
doing that. Yeah, I can see them doing something along those lines.
because it's just it's a lot going on in gaming, and it's insane that we get to this point of
Hmm.
it's bad right now. It seemed like it's good, right? Because we are getting a lot of good games. Like the past couple of years, we've been getting a lot of great games, but every time you turn around, there's a layoff. There's
Yep.
layoffs at Sony,
Studio closures. Yeah.
Epic. If Fortnite's not doing good right now.
Yeah, they fired like a
Um,
thousand. They laid off like 1,000 people or something
what
insane the other day.
surprised the shit out of me was Switch 2s are not moving units.
Yep, and that
Switch 2 sales are down, and for Nintendo to be down, that says a lot about what's going on in the gaming industry. When I
we
saw that
could
news, I was like, "What?
we could talk about
The
Nintendo
plumber
too.
ain't selling that crack? Like,
We
what's
can
going
have a
on?"
conversation about them too because they're in a very interesting spot. And I think Nintendo has tried to maintain their course for so long that they're being forced off of that path now. You look at the last year of the Switch 2, there wasn't, in my opinion, a lot of great first party titles, system sellers, if you will, for that console. And yeah, you had Mario, you had Mario, not Mario Party, goodness, Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart game. You had Donkey Kong and Metroid Prime 4, which kind of came and went. A lot of people didn't really talk about Metroid Prime 4. Mario Kart kind of fizzled out too once people actually started to play it. What was the third game I mentioned just now? I can't even think of it. I'm having a lot of brain farts today. It's been a long week, guys. Sorry, but yeah, they don't. And Donkey Kong, sorry, which would be the Super Mario team. We haven't seen a 3D Mario in quite a while. I don't imagine we'll see one this year. Maybe not. I don't
And
think we'll
there's no
get one till
excuse
next
for
year.
them because their games, the it's not hard to make their games. It's not as extensive as
Well, I disagree.
I feel like their games. I could be wrong here because I'm not a developer. Developers in the chat, raise your hand, tell me if I'm wrong. But it don't seem like it's a very strenuous task. I'm not saying that it's completely easy, like they could
No,
just go
yeah,
draw
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit up.
Sure.
But I feel like it's a little bit easier to create those type of games compared to like Elden Ring or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think
I could be wrong.
no, and the reason why I said I disagree, let me clarify. I said that because I'll give Nintendo credit. I think that their first party studios, namely their Zelda team, the team that works on the 3D Marios,
Yeah.
and you can even say like the Smash Brothers team, even though they haven't released a game in a while. Those teams, I think, make games that are so incredibly innovative. Like I'll give Nintendo.
Ah,
I
true.
I think Nintendo does a great job of
Innovation takes time.
innovation and exploring ideas. Even though I'm not like a huge fan of Zelda, like I've told you guys this before. Pokemon obviously needs a facelift. Once again, we're not getting Pokemon until next year. The next Generation 10, Wind and Waves, we're not getting
And
that till next
hopefully
year.
for y'all get a better Pokemon.
I hope so. But I think that all leads to me saying this, that they're probably going to be considering a price hike in the future. I would be surprised if they're the third out of the three console manufacturers if they're the ones that don't go with a price increase. I don't think it's going to be as
Mm.
substantive. I could see like maybe $50. Because what's the Switch 2 right now? $399. I think so. I think Switch 2
$349?
Switch
$399?
2 price. It's
Then they came
440. It's
out.
449 right now. So yeah, it could go up to 500, right? I think that brings it in line with the rest of the console generation. I could see that happening. But and this just goes to show, when you don't have solid first party games to carry your system through that first 12 to 18 months, this is what happens. A lot of people aren't super happy with Nintendo right now. I think they played it too safe. And I mean, once again, here we are in the industry that makes billions of dollars every year. Just like DC said, studios are closing. People are losing their jobs at an alarming rate. I think it's fair to call gaming a luxury hobby at this point. I think we've crossed that barrier of this
Yeah,
being,
we're way past that, bro. Like,
it
it's
sucks.
expensive.
Yeah.
Because once you kind of put it in perspective when you said, can you imagine your kid asking you, That
Yeah.
put it in perspective for me. Like my kid asking me for something, anything over $100, I'm gonna tell him to go get a
Yeah,
goddamn
they
job.
just like BC said, they've priced people out. I mean, you even have Nintendo selling physical copies of their games $10 more than the digital copy. So you're discouraging your consumer base to buy digital. I mean, to buy from buying physical at that point. So it's just like every little way that they can do to make money, they will. I mean, like, looking at those numbers again, Circana, they were saying that families who bought a PlayStation 5, it went up to 53%. 53% of those families' incomes are over $100,000 a year, which is, once again, that we can consider that middle class, but that just goes to tell you that not everyone can afford to buy games, and people can't afford to buy consoles. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where these numbers start trending for PlayStation for the rest of the year. I mean, you have Wolverine coming out this year. I feel like they had another first party game coming out I can't think of. Let's see real quick. Sony. I swear there was another game I'm forgetting. I didn't forget about Grand Theft Auto 6 either, because that's definitely going to move units for them. Sony. Let's see. First party games 2026.
Yeah, then even with these prices of computers, like I was building a computer specifically for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Now I have to reconsider that because I want to play it on max. I want to see the max beautifulness of this game. I don't want to have to keep buying Grand Theft Auto. I'm sitting here literally with 5 copies of Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto 5 on
Okay.
my freaking desk.
Next game that's coming out. So yeah, there's 2. So it's Sorrows. That's the game that's made by Housemarque, the bullet hell looking game, and then Wolverine. So you have 2 major titles coming out this year, and Sorrows comes out at the end of April, a couple weeks after the price increase, which I'm sure is going to have some sort of reflection on the sales. I would imagine anyway.
Sorry, Sorrows.
I'm sure it's going to sell pretty well, because PlayStation 5 install base is still pretty large, but I think they're just hunkering down, man, and they're trying to ride this RAM crisis.
I was just about to get on that. I was going to say that a lot of these layoffs, we can say it's due to corporate greed.
Yeah.
But the more that I learn about things in the corporate world and just talking with my brother who's into that world, a lot of times when you're close to a economical downturn, what companies do is they're bracing themselves for the storm, and by doing that, unfortunately, they start getting rid of people.
Yep.
So it can be greed, but then sometimes it's like, we don't know how this is going to turn out.
Yeah.
But a lot of things are pointing toward it being really bad. So we got to kind of get rid of people, save money, and kind of try to weather the storm.
Forecasting.
Because then next year, let's just say they ride the storm. Then they're going to be doing massive hiring. You're going to see it. It's going to be like such and such is hiring, blah, blah, blah is hiring. I'm not fighting it because I do hate corporate greed. It could be some of that mixed in there too. I'm not going to deny that. But a lot of it is just trying to figure out, like with the war going on, with they're saying that we're 2 steps away from a recession and all this crap. And so these companies have to make, the people who sit at the big table have to make some very harsh decisions. And I keep saying this, man, we have to get my brother on to explain all this shit.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, so sometimes it's like, man, we just kind of stuck in everybody's kind of stuck in a lose-lose situation, because at the end of the day, as consumers, we lose too, because you get price increases and stuff, and games that I was going to buy, I'm probably not going to buy anymore because I have a family to feed. Just like PlayStation Pro, you want it, but it's just like, I'm not spending.
And I could trade my PS5 in to get a discounted price, but that's not the point. I shouldn't have to give something like that away just to get a slightly more powerful system. It's unfortunate. And BZ mentioned it earlier in chat too. It's like everyone's fighting for time. Every entertainment's fighting for eyes, it's fighting for attention. And people are considering the price of that. Like, what's my attention worth? Do I want to spend this $20-$40 to take my family out to a movie or go out to eat? Or do I want to buy a $900 PS5 Pro? I think I'm going to do one of the other cheaper things. Just
right. And then you get the PS Pro. Who in your family's using it? It's just you.
It's just you. And you're probably playing a few games here or there. There's no real games that take like great advantage of it right now. Just like I said, it's a slightly better performance boost. It's just unfortunate. I was gonna buy it for the future because I don't remember when they're gonna release PSSR 2, but I figured, oh, that's cool tech. That's something that can actually take advantage of the PS5 Pro. I'm not buying it anymore. They've priced me out, man. We've talked about it constantly. It's this generation is definitely going to be one to remember. For a lot of good, for some good and a lot of bad, in my opinion. I think this generation is going to be talked about for a while, and that's maybe why Xbox is trying to get out of it. They're just trying to move ahead 2027. Drop their next console so they can forget about it, let it be a bad memory. I don't know. It's unfortunate though. So if you guys, once again, if you're looking to buy a console or even the Portal too, the Portal has went up. I forgot how much it was. I think it went up by like $100 or something. The PlayStation Portal, if you guys are looking for that, you have until April 2nd before the price increase. That's next Thursday. So if you're going to buy a PlayStation 5, treat your, if you're a lady trying to treat your man right, go ahead and get it before, because that's a lot of money. So that's neither here nor there. But we're going to talk a little bit about Xbox now, man. Before we do, man, I want to remind our listeners, if you guys are listening to the audio version of this podcast, we do host these sessions live. We have a great chat going today. We are live every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, twitch.tv.
Bring a friend.
There's the artists. So I appreciate you guys. Oh, PSSR 2 is already out, Bellcross tells me. See, that makes me even more sad right there. So I don't know, man. Sony's got a lot of explaining to do, man. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Xbox now, man. Xbox had a partner showcase this past week.
Ooh, did they?
Like yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago.
Ooh.
Time's not real, so I can't really remember. But it was a few days ago. And as is tradition, me and DC, usually pick a few games out. I only picked 2 today because I wasn't sure how long that other conversation was going to go. But either way, I watched the partner preview this morning. It was about 30 minutes. So if you guys are interested, I always encourage you guys.
Short little banger.
Yeah. I always encourage you guys to go check it out. There might be a game that you saw that you were super interested in or that we didn't mention, and tell us about it. We would love to know. So first game I want to talk about, man, I obviously got to jump into Expanse. Osiris Reborn. I'm a huge fan of this series. If you guys have never seen The Expanse,
it was on my list, so you knocked one off of mine.
As is tradition. But yeah, man, this just looks like we finally got to see more of this game. I'm just incredibly excited for this. So, like I said,
Sydney Sweeney?
I'm not sure. But yeah, it's if you guys haven't seen the show, it's a great sci-fi series. I highly recommend you check it out. I believe this is based between the first 3 seasons I read, if I remember correct. And it's I think there's some former Mass Effect developers working on this as well, which is very exciting for me because, like I said, I'm not convinced we'll ever get Mass Effect 5 or it'll be a good game. So I'm kind of
just put it in space. Put it in space and I'm sold. Any game, give me a good space game and I'm sold. Because Starfield let me down.
Yeah, I mean, this just looks really good, and I believe there's a demo coming out sometime within the next few weeks. But the game I don't think comes out until 2027, which is unfortunate. But you essentially play as like a security merc, and you're going through some things in the story, which is great. But I'm just excited for this, man. This is definitely something that's high on my list of, because like I said, it just has a lot of the RPG elements I'm really looking forward to, and it looks like it has some good Mass Effect bones in it. The abilities you can choose. It seems like you have the ability to make choices in the story that affect the story, which I think is cool. But I'm just super excited for this, man. Hopefully we get to see some iconic locations from the show. Can't recommend the show enough. If you guys haven't seen The Expanse, please watch it. It's on Amazon Prime Video. It's incredible. I actually might pick up the books too. I think there's like 7 or 9 books in the series. I might read those. So, but yeah, this is the first one I wanted to throw out, man. This is great. Like, if you guys,
all right, you took one off my list, you son of a gun. Yep, because when I saw this, I kind of knew. I was like, he's probably going to pick this because space. We are both space junkies.
Yeah,
all right?
That's all it takes, man. Yeah,
love some good space. You know, space between me and you, or like, you know, space with stars and shit. But all right, I can X that off my list. I'm pulling up my list here, chat. Hold on, because I'm prepared. Great Potter, right?
Always prepared.
This one looks good because just like space, I'm always a fan of a good fanged vampire.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go with Hunter, the Reckoning.
Okay.
It's just everything's there. It seemed like there's a very interesting story here. Looks great, and like I said, vampires
and werewolves, right?
Vampires, werewolves, and space. You're gonna sell me easily. If you put a vampire in space, I might fucking explode. Okay, but this game definitely looks good. It took a turn because I was watching it. I thought it was just gonna be like a cop thing, like a cop drama, suspense, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then when it took that turn and like, you know, it got like paranormal and things started, I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
So that kind of was an interesting twist here. And I want to know more about this game. And I wonder what you guys think. Like, what do you think, man? Was this on your list?
This was definitely interesting. It caught me off guard, and I believe this was a premiere, like a world premiere. This is the first time we saw this game. I'm kind of right there with you. I've been waiting for a good, like, vampire werewolf game. It seems like these types of games are just hard to get right for the game industry, man. I don't know why. You know, because it's such a, you know, there's always cool lore behind, you know,
vampires,
supernatural creatures, vampires and werewolves and stuff. And, you know, at least this one looks like, you know, I'm hoping this is some sort of open world RPG is what it looks like anyway. You know, I'm not quite sure about what's happening in the story itself, but it did intrigue me. I will say that. Like, I do like the art style. I want to see more of it, like actual like gameplay. Very curious about it. It did pique my interest. So I mean, shout out to Xbox for even getting this like premiere. I thought it was pretty cool. I just hope it doesn't, you know, fall flat, man. I really do want a good
vampire.
Yeah, like a good vampire. Because what was the last one, man? Where you're shooting at vampires. It was a terrible game. It was a 4-player co-op. Came out on Xbox.
Talking about that game for Xbox. I know the name of it, but I dare not say it.
What is
Redfall.
it? Redfall. Thank you, guys. Yeah, somebody in chat said it too. Yeah, Redfall is just awful, man. Like, maybe that vampires are actually horrible. Cursed. I don't know. But nah, this is a fire pick.
You really wanted that game to win.
I did. I wanted another like Left 4 Dead type deal, you know what I mean? Like, that game was terrible.
Oh my god, that shit was shrimp noodles. Holy
shit, vampire games are just have bad luck, man. But hopefully this one will break the curse.
That shit was complete wet bread, boy. Holy shit.
Oh man,
sorry, Dev. We love
Rain of
you,
Fire
but...
said he actually enjoyed Redfall for a bit, but it just got boring.
Hey, somebody ban that man.
Hey, God bless you, man.
Hey, you gotta ban your boy, man. You gotta ban him.
You're the first person that I've ever heard say that, Rain. I respect that. Cause I actually believe you, because not many people would have admitted that a lot, you know, in public. So,
you know what, Rain, you're a dandy man, sir.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the fun part of gaming, right? Everybody
everybody
like.
got different opinions, man. There's nothing wrong with
different tastes. It's okay. We welcome you. You're still welcome.
Yeah.
Somebody ban that guy.
somebody show him the door.
Somebody. Hey, Weenie, you got to show your boy the door. Show him the door. Nah, we love you, Rain. We love you.
You're
man.
awesome, man. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what do you got next, man?
Yeah, so the next game I wanted to talk about, this one probably is my favorite game of the show. This was The Eternal Life of Goldman. We've briefly talked about this game before. I think it premiered, oh gosh, I'm blanking here. I can't remember when this game premiered. This is
Oh,
premiered.
you took another one off my
Yeah.
list, you son of a
Because
bitch.
we've talked about this before. I
This
remember
game
us.
is awesome.
Yeah.
This game is fucking. This is my number one pick.
I'm
by
gonna
the way.
get this on. Hold on, guys. Let me actually get it on YouTube because sometimes
This is my number one pick. I am in love.
Yeah,
with
I think this is probably my favorite game for the show. And for our audio listeners, like I said, the name of the game is The Eternal Life of Goldman. It's a side scroller game. It looks just beautiful.
Side
man.
scroller, another thing that turns me on.
Yeah,
space vampires and side scrollers.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Put them all together, and what do you get?
That's a interesting genre this guy chose here. But yeah, it's like a hand drawn platformer. You play as this old guy named Goldman. He has a cane that apparently has all these different abilities, which I thought was really cool. And you can customize the cane, and it does different things, which I think is it's just absolutely fucking incredible. I love this, man. Like just everything from the art style to how the combat looks, the exploration and everything. Like this just looks absolutely
the unique choice of a weapon.
Yeah. He's just like an old man. Like look at this. Like you can, like all the cool stuff you can do with his cane. Like this definitely. I like the animation presentation of this. This reminds me a lot of Cuphead, just like how well the 2D animation is done. Like it's very smooth, it's very well put together.
Shit. Yeah,
you know
good
what I mean?
old Cuphead.
Like it's definitely giving Cuphead vibes. Like I'm not sure if it's gonna be that difficult, but I'm excited for this. And I was looking for a release date, but I don't think it has one yet. But there is a playable demo.
This year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's this year, but I know there is a actual demo available now to play. So if you guys are interested in checking out the demo, you definitely should. I promise you, I 100% will be.
Man, look, yeah, it's giving Cuphead vibes right here. This game look like it's gonna be kind of challenging. And BZ, I think this would be a good game for you to play since you love Silk Song.
Yeah.
And you seem to be having like a really good time with Silk Song.
This might actually be up BZ's alley, honestly, man. Rain, you got to give these games a chance, man. That's the thing. You got to give them a chance. I promise you, your mind will be changed if you check them out, man.
This guy's still in here.
2D side scrollers. I don't think those are his bag, and that's okay. But they're good though. So yeah, I mean, Eternal Life of Goldman definitely on the list for your boy, man. Comes out 2026 at some point. Hopefully before GTA 6, so it doesn't get buried.
Well, because sometimes you know what, Rain, sometimes it's not really about the graphics.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes beyond the graphics for me, because some games with superior graphics be ass. Like they don't have a story, nothing compelling. It's just a shiny. It's like taking a piece of shit and putting sugar on top of it. So
what a comparison.
But I love the fact that you have that opinion. I love opposing opinions. Like I never want to stop anyone from having.
Well, of course not, man. We welcome it here.
That leads to great conversations.
Yeah.
So we welcome that. Like we love that from you. He doesn't have to shut up. I love our chat. I really do.
We love that everybody has like different tastes in games. Because I mean, you guys have put us on some really cool games, and vice versa. Like,
hell yeah.
Like BZ said, there's a lot of hidden gems in indie games, man. That's really where it's at. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for me. Do you have another game, good sir?
Another one from me. So I'm glad I extended my godforsaken list here.
D-Rock Galactic's great, man.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay, what you got?
He said I can't deal with the 8-bit style, which is fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, Rain. I feel you, bro. Because some games, I have my quirks with when it comes to that too.
Yeah.
But this game might have been number 2 under this one, and it's Stranger Than Heaven.
Okay, sure.
It's giving me that itch, like I need that fighting itch of the sleeping dogs, if you will.
Let me pull that up. That was actually a pretty interesting one. I'm actually glad you picked that one. Stranger Than Heaven.
That's true. A lot of like 8-bit, depending on how it's done, like those squares can make your eyes bleed, especially as I'm slowly becoming blind. I'm going to need glasses soon. So yeah.
Welcome.
Come on, man. Stranger Than Heaven.
This one actually was pretty striking. I like the trailer for this. This was giving me like Quentin Tarantino vibes, like something like that, like a or a Guy Ritchie film. You know, just some like really grungy, dirty action, which I liked. Yeah. So this was actually pretty cool, man.
Ooh.
Honestly, I thought this was a Yakuza. Is this game like? I don't think it's related to Yakuza.
No, because everyone thought that in the comments.
Yeah,
I was reading that they thought it was another Yakuza game,
which isn't a bad thing.
This is what I thought Yakuza was gonna be: actual fighting and shit, not a turn-based.
Yeah, my mind is still blown that Yakuza's turn-based. My my whole life was shattered when you told me that. I had no idea. But yeah, this actually looks really good, man. I like the definitely Sleeping Dogs too. That's actually a really good comparison for this.
Sleeping Dogs, look, let me tell y'all right now. Besides the driving, if you haven't played Sleeping Dogs, the fighting mechanics in Sleeping Dogs is probably so slept on. I will die on that hill. It's so fun to fight in that game.
Yeah, BZ, I'm the same way. It just kind of because once I watched someone play a Yakuza game, I watched somebody stream it for a few days just to be sure. I was like, man, it just didn't. Only like the dragon is part of the turn. Oh, only like a dragon's turn based? No way. I thought they all were. Okay, well, now I'm learning a lot today. Thanks for restoring my my life, Rain. I appreciate that, man.
No, but it's not like fighting. Like you're literally taking like it plays like an RPG. Am I wrong here? Because I watched somebody play through them shits.
Oh, like, you were thinking like a beat 'em up. It's not
like you're button mashing, but it plays more like an RPG is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's still not bad. That's not bad.
Like, I just want my shit to where I'm button mashing Streets of Rage, kicking ass.
You want a little punch special, I got you, but just without the superpowers.
Whoa.
I'm glad you finally admitted it, guys. So look, DC has this thing where he's not a fan of anime games, anime fighters, we'll call them. And he just calls them button mashers, punch special.
So, because anime fighters are punched. What do you do?
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not
charge.
Oh yeah, sorry. You forgot you got to charge your key. My bad.
You got to charge your stupid key meter. Charge.
You got to charge. You got to charge your key up first. My bad. That's basically what you just described for Yakuza, man, or from for Sleeping Dogs. You just like your punch specials. You just like it street tier.
No.
Am I wrong, guys?
No. Hell no. Look, no. Anime fighters, and I have to agree with Rain on this one. Yeah, most anime. I thought they would have learned something from.
Oh gosh,
what is it? Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or whatever the hell it was called. I thought they would have learned how to make an actual fighting game.
Yeah,
arena fighters, as they called, right?
Yeah,
anime arena
you
fighters.
Just call them an arena.
You just run around. You punch, you kick, you punch. The other character falls down. You run in the corner and charge. You keep repeating that until you get your special. Then you do your special. Now that can't be compared to Sleeping Dogs. I'm talking about an actual fighting.
Oh gosh, man!
Where you're actually fighting. In Sleeping Dogs, you don't charge. Okay, you don't do anything special.
Funny just messing with your
chat. Okay, look, don't piss me off. We gotta save the court.
He wasn't going for it, guys. I'm just saying, man.
I don't look. Like I said, we all have different tastes, and I don't.
Would you consider Bayonetta a punch special game?
No, it's a button masher, if you will. No games like that are punch special.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's actual combat. There's combos and stuff you can do. It's like anime fighters. They just copy. Copy the anime and just make it a punch special. That's why I never
just copy like moves from the show and stuff.
I never got the whole Dragon Ball hype. Like all those Dragon Ball games, I never Budokai, all that shit. You're just living in nostalgia at that point.
I think
I don't get it. I just don't get those type of games.
There's the crux of the argument. It's nostalgia for you, man. And
what was that really bad one that came out? Where they put all the anime people together.
Jump Force. It was Jump
Ass. Oh my god. Jump Force was so trash. People were talking about that game like it was the next coming of Christ until it came out.
Gosh,
It
man.
was
Yeah,
trash.
Jump Force
It
was
really
awful. That game was
only game that got it right was Dragon Ball Fighters because they actually
yeah.
made it a fighting game.
There was nothing wrong with fighters. I just wish they didn't do the auto combos. That was my only issue with them, man.
God, Jump Force was so fucking bad. Holy
Yeah.
Jump ass. I would never call it jump. That shit's jump ass. Big ass. Okay. I remember when people bought that game and they was really trying to stand by their purchase. I was like, bro, you don't even play that shit like that.
What do you guys think? I think we should get DC a copy of Jump Force and we should stream.
Bro, I would
guys.
never play Jump Force. I will never play a Budokai. I would never.
I think that's a great idea.
None of them games. You couldn't force me to. You could put my family in the back of a truck and be like, "Hey, we're gonna kidnap them if you don't play Jump Ass." I'm not playing that game.
Oh my god,
that's up there with Marvel. That's up there with Marvel Rivals, bro. It's in the Marvel Rivals.
You wouldn't play. So if your family was kidnapped, you wouldn't play Marvel Rivals, man.
Hey, man, look.
Your brother's on the phone.
I love my sanity,
screaming for help, man, and he asking you.
And the cartel is just carrying them away.
He said, "Just pick the controller up, man. Just pick the controller up, DC." You couldn't do that.
I'll save my family, but I'm not gonna fucking like it. I'll tell you that much.
He gonna remind them every day that they made him play.
Tell me, if you really want us to free your family, you better do a special. Oh, there you go. Same old goddamn Kamehameha that we've seen since the 90s.
Oh man,
that's gonna be fun.
That's incredible, man. That's
like when they was trying to play Naruto. They was trying to get me to play Naruto. What is it? Shippuden Ninja Star Force Fury the 8th, whatever that shit was called. Nah, I'm good. Bro. Sorry for the rant. But
no, that was incredible, man.
Ninja Storm, what was that shit?
Yeah, Ninja Storm. Yeah, Ninja Storm was great though.
Nah, same shit.
Come on, man.
Paint. It was the same shit, different paint. You just put a different piece of paint on a shitty turd, bro. It was the same shit. Just cool characters. Ooh, look at me. I'm Sasuke, Shoshona. Ooh, blue, blah, blah, blah. That shit trash. Stop making the games, bro.
Oh my gosh.
We have to take a stand.
Oh,
we have to take a
guys.
stand. Okay? I don't know, man.
That was incredible, man. I think.
Then they came out. Then they started throwing out them half-ass games. Remember they tried to throw out that Demon Slayer fighting game?
Oh yeah, the shovelware games. They were just getting them out the door.
What's the other one that was the hype? All the hype. Jujutsu Kaisen had a bullshit game come out.
That reminds
me
of
playing that shit, man.
That reminded me of movie games, like movie games for like early 2000s and stuff.
They just jumping on the hype. Oh, everyone's talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's make this half-baked bullshit boo-boo ass fighting game. And what pisses me off is the shows be good enough for them to make a legit quality fighter. Because you know which one I'm looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to Invincible fighting game.
I'm not. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It looks terrible. I'm just keeping. It looks
really just like Injustice.
No, and that's probably why I was just about to say that's why I don't like it, because it looks like Mortal Kombat and Injustice. And I think that that's a
fair point, because it really do.
And I've never been like a huge fan. Like even when I was growing up and playing fighting games, it was more Street Fighter than the slower paced Mortal Kombat. Like I like Mortal Kombat just fine, but I think I think that's a good place to end it, because that was just.
I just don't know.
Hey, I think we'll be releasing that rant separately, guys. That was actually incredible, man.
I don't freaking understand why people like it. Gotta be nostalgia, right? It has to be. Because if you watch the TV show, it's like, because all they do is take the episodes and put it into the game, and then they have a half-cooked ass fight. Because only one that I've ever owned was the first Naruto on 360. I had it on 360. And I was like, I'm just playing the anime. This is stupid.
I think that's what it is, because I played a lot of those games growing up. At least I can speak for myself. Like, I think it's just as a kid, you're like, man, I just want to relive the cool moments from the show, or just like you said, nostalgia. I can't imagine myself playing something like that now. I remember when Dragon Ball Z came out last year. As a matter of fact, you and BZ were just dogging the game. You guys are like, this won't be around in a week. It will just, and y'all, I mean, to be fair, y'all were right.
Sparking ass.
It took
Sparking ass.
it, it
Nobody's
took
talking about
it
that
took
shit.
about a week for it to just kind of fall into the ether, man. Until people
Steam numbers went to shit.
like that's pretty
Them
funny.
numbers was, and I love Dragon Ball. Don't get it twisted. I
No, of
love
course, of
Dragon
course.
Ball. Grew up off Dragon Ball. I just think they can do more. Like, I'm not saying get rid of it. You can do so much in that world, bro.
Yeah, nah, I agree
And
with
then
that.
rather throw out these same kick punch specials. It was Dragon Ball fucking, what was it? Sparking Zero.
Sparking
It was the
Zero,
same.
Jesus Christ.
It was the same shit. It was the same shit.
Uh,
It was another polished turd.
Yeah.
What color we gonna put on
It's
the
just very,
turd
very
today?
bare minimum
Blue.
when it comes to those games, man. Like I said, it's just like movie games, guys. Don't buy movie games. Don't buy anime games is what DC's getting at. Some are good. Like some RPG, like the fighting anime games are usually pretty bad. So I agree with them on that.
Yeah.
That's
But the
fair.
source material is great. Like where it comes from. Like we
Yeah, of
all love
course.
Dragon Ball and shit. And
Of course, of course.
Naruto. Hey, since we got BZ in the chat, somebody else in Waffles Discord said Naruto, and I almost killed them.
Okay.
I just want to throw
right.
that out there. But yeah, let's go ahead and end this.
Yeah,
before
let's
I
end
get
it.
some-
Let's end it before we draw this
because
on
that's
too long.
another rant.
Yeah.
But you know.
Thank you guys for hanging out, man, for episode 265. I don't know why I just had to think about that for a second. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out, man. If you guys are audio listeners, we listen to this podcast. We record this podcast live every Saturday
You gonna handle that
at 11 a.m. on twitch.tv/Darius the Artist, man. We appreciate you guys for being here, man. This was a great episode. If you guys are in chat, hang around. You're in luck, Rain, because we're going to still be playing video games. But we're going to end the recording here. I don't have a whole lot for you guys. Just follow me everywhere. Follow me on twitch.tv/Darius the Artist, Twitter. Even though I'm probably going to delete it off my phone actually really soon.
Yeah, I'm tired.
And that's it. DC.
All right, guys. Honorable mention, because I don't want this to get out of I don't want to end the episode without saying that ADS, please give me, please do what Callisto Protocol couldn't. That's all I'm gonna say. Alien Death Storm is the game that I'm talking about. Please,
Respectful
please,
bounce
please.
bass. Not getting me again.
What?
Nah, I'm all right.
You've been tricked too many times.
Yeah. The first thought, my
I'll
first
follow
thought was Callisto Protocol when I saw it. So I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Oh no. Well, I'll fall. You know what? I'll fall on that. I'll fall on that needle for us. I'll take one for the team. I'll play the game and then I'll cry about it. Also Super Meat Boy. I'm a big Super Meat Boy fan. It took me forever to beat the original ones, but I just thought I would mention those two because those two were games that I was looking at. But anyway, all right, we had a lively chat today, and you know what? I want to give a big shout out to the chat today. We had a lively chat in here. Shout out to our boy Rain. Rain, we love you, man. Go ahead and be careful, brother, with that. He got something going on. He's a little sick, man, right now. But the chat has been live today. We love our chat. We love you guys for the interactions. You guys make this so much fun. And yeah. Also, guys, if you got something going on, please go to our Discord and share it with the world. We have a promo station over there, if you will. You can promote what you got going on. Bellcross, we know that you stream. If any of you guys stream, feel free to promote your streams over there, man. It's just kind of a small way for us to try to network and help each other out. We know BZ streams. Go check these guys out if you haven't, man. Put the notifications on so you'll know when they go live. And let's support each other. Let's always have fun, and let's argue about shit, but in a fun way. And let's make gaming fun again, guys. Let's make it fun again. And
Make gaming fun again. Thank you guys.
Yes.
This is going to be in the audio version, and we will see you guys next week.